What's up guys, Joey here with Tech, and we're checking out Huawei's next entry into the folding smartphone segment, the Huawei Mate XS. Now, what sets this one apart from last year's Mate X and of course Samsung's very own Galaxy Fold and Galaxy Flip? Let's find out. With Samsung currently dominating the foldable smartphone space with two varieties of form factor, Huawei seems to be more interested in what's on the inside. The design of the Mate XS is almost exactly the same as last year's Mate X. It uses a single 8-inch outwards folding AMOLED display. When folded, this leaves you with two displays on either side, one bigger at 6.6 inches and one smaller at 6.38 inches. Being one of the first folding smartphones, first-time users will feel wary or even anxious using it. The outward folding mechanism leaves the whole display exposed regardless of the configuration you're using. There's also a very small learning curve to unfolding it. There's actually a button you need to press to release the latch that will allow you to unfold the screen. When unfolded, you will be mainly using the 6.6-inch portion of the display, as the opposite end sits along a spine that houses the buttons, ports, and quadruple cameras. This is an efficient use of space as it removes the need for a dedicated secondary display like on the Samsung Galaxy Fold. This also makes it much more pocketable than the Fold, with the thinnest portion unfolded at just 5.4 millimeters. Holding the Mate XS together and allowing it to fold-unfold is Huawei's Falcon Wing design hinge. Made with zirconium liquid metal and put together with about 100 components. Huawei claims that the hinge of the Mate XS is more durable than its predecessor. First-time users will probably get worried about the small squeaking sound the device makes when unfolding, but it's pretty normal for this type of device. The Mate XS has a crease on its display where the hinge is located, but unlike the Galaxy Fold's crease, it's not that noticeable nor much of a bother. Additionally, it's easy to mistake both ends of the hinge for a stylus. The Mate XS is armed with a Kirin 990 5G chipset. This will support both SA and NSA 5G. This is accompanied by 8GB of RAM and 512GB of internal storage. It runs on the open source Android 10 with Huawei's EMUI 10.0.1 skin laid on top. For biometric security, we get a side-mounted fingerprint scanner that doubles as the power button. Since the unit we tested is an engineering sample that lacks the final version of EMUI for this device, we can't say yet whether or not it will support Face Unlock as well. For battery, the Mate XS sports a 4,500 mAh cell with support for Huawei 55-watt supercharge via Type-C, which according to the brand charges the device up to 85% in just 30 minutes. Moving on to the cameras, we get pretty much the same setup as the Huawei Mate 30, a super sensing Leica quad camera system. That's a 40-megapixel main, 16-megapixel ultra-wide, an 8-megapixel telephoto, and a 3D depth sensing camera. The camera system is equipped with OIS and AI image stabilization. Image quality is exactly what we expect from a Huawei flagship device. Images are very detailed, with colors definitely not leaning towards natural. They're punchier and more dynamic, along with a sizable boost in contrast. The ultra-wide lens has almost the same exact image production as the main lens, and it also adds macro functionality, allowing you to take photos up to 2.5 centimeters away. The telephoto lens has the same zoom functionality as the standard P30 and Mate 30, allowing up to 3x optical zoom and up to 30x digital zoom. Since we don't get dedicated front cameras and use the same set of cameras for selfies, quality for selfies is just as great. This also means you can take ultra-wide and yes, telephoto selfies. It's another example of efficient use of space in this device, though another point for concern. If any of the cameras get damaged, then you can't take rear photos nor selfies. Now, to wrap up, the Mate X is a good sign that Huawei is still alive and kicking in the folding phone segment. But we're left wondering if it will suffer the same fate as last year's Mate X. While that phone was able to showcase Huawei's ability to create a folding phone, it didn't end up getting a global release. To be honest, we were expecting more than just a Mate X with a new chipset and cameras. But that's exactly what we get with the Mate XS. Not to say that we were hoping for a new folding form factor, but the fact that Samsung was able to follow up the Galaxy Fold with the Galaxy Z Flip puts them ahead. From a big picture perspective, this is where we stand on this situation. But when comparing the Mate X and the Mate XS to the Galaxy Fold, we actually prefer the form factor of the former. So that wraps up our hands-on review of the Huawei Mate XS. Let us know what you guys think about this folding phone in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please do drop a like, subscribe to our channel for more content, hit the bell icon to receive future uploads, and be sure to visit ukitech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. This has been Joey, and stay hydrated.